Hello, and welcome to another pack opening here at Mecca Games. Mecca Games is our game store located in St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada. And this week, we're going to work on our new set coming for pre-release this weekend in April, and that is Thunder Junction, Magic the Gathering. So, of course, the person I'm going to bring into this, of course, is my friend Justice. Hey, Justice, how's it going?
Hello.
All right, so now Thunder Junction. I'm sorry, this is a Wild West themed set, as far as I
It
understand.
sure is Wild West. It's the junction of the different ley lines that converged after the Phyrexian War itself.
Okay,
So this is like the outpost. This was an undiscovered plain that is filled with a bunch of outlaws now. They're trying to take their claim of land and they're trying to find some secret treasures.
okay. And what was the hype behind this one here? What's the community hype in our story here for this set?
In terms of like the product or as in terms of like the theming.
The product and the theme. Either way.
There's
Like,
a
are
there's a
people excited about this? Like we've had a lot of
Yeah,
pre-orders.
so we've had a lot of pre-orders for the Commander decks especially.
Yeah.
The set itself is very highly anticipated. This was going to be the last set that was supposed to have a funky little like aftermath styled booster that was not widely received on the last time around.
After
So
us is when they did the main set, and then they had the afterwards.
yeah,
spells.
they had that weird like aftermath set that was
Yeah.
like 5 cards per pack, same price point type thing.
Right.
Which was not well received.
No, it
Shocker.
sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did suck. They were gonna have one for this set as well, but given all of the community outrage, they ended up condensing it. So now this set itself is full of 5 different set symbols. You're gonna notice that when we're doing our unboxing here,
Okay.
that you'll have different sets within the set because
Yeah.
normally we have about 3 or 4. This one's got 5. We've got the commander set. We have the main set.
Right.
We have the like reprint set, which is kind of like the equivalent of the like enchantments that they did in Enchanting Tales back in
Okay.
Eldraine.
Yeah.
So they did something like that for this set as well. We have the one looks like a treasure vault.
Mhm.
That one is the set that was kiboshed and put into this one instead.
Yeah.
And then we obviously have the extra additional like special guests, which is like a weird pentagram looking item.
Okay. And what are the cards we're looking for now? We're going to be opening this collector
Yeah.
box here. So actually, I'm going to switch over. Let's go up to
Yeah.
our piece here. All right. So this is the collector box. So we're opening this up, and then these cards, then the singles will be available this weekend for our pre-release events at the store.
Yeah.
What are the cards that we're looking for here?
So there's quite a few highly anticipated cards.
Right.
There's nothing of super high value here.
Okay.
But we do have, obviously, we've got some good special guests. We have things like Notion Thieves, which are very popular in Commander. We also have fun cards like the new Satoru Umezawa, which is one of the cards that Max and Ryan actually talked about during their set review,
Oh,
which
okay.
should be posted today, time of recording being the 10th.
Yeah.
Just finished up the editing for that today, so it should be up
Yeah,
shortly.
they did a really good job. They had good energy and talk about this.
Exactly.
And they know. Oh well, not as well. Justice knows a lot more than I
Ri-
do.
Ryan knows a lot, so
Yeah,
Ryan's
you
my little sensei. So
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. All right, well, why don't we open it up and then let's
let's
take a look
start.
at some of the cards there. Yeah, I'm excited to see how this goes. Though it's always nice getting new cards into the case at Mecca Games, that sort of thing. Because a lot of people are building up. So, is it primarily then for a commander style thing, or is there a
So,
lot for modern in this?
this set is they talked about it in the set review as well. But this set is oddly high powered. Like some people are theorizing actually that we have Modern Horizons 3 on the horizon.
Okay.
Some people are speculating that this kind of was like the overflow set. Like they
Gotcha.
kind of had some extra cards that they wanted to throw in. So this is what I'm talking about here. We got the first like extra little symbol here.
Yeah, yeah.
If I can get that to focus. It looks like a little bank vault.
Gotcha.
So this was going to be originally in the Aftermath styled set that they
Oh,
ended
okay.
up getting rid of.
Huh.
Followed by a surgical extraction, which is another one of those weird set symbols. This one looks like a prison bars.
Right.
So we're already seeing what I'm talking about.
Yeah, very different
Followed by a
styles.
commander set. I love magic.
I love magic.
Oh, we got loot. So This is in the lore. He himself is able to see into future planes, things that he can kind of like predict the future, and he can change the future.
Ah,
So this is what was hidden inside of the main vault that they were trying to break into.
gotcha.
So Vraska and Jace ended up breaking him out, and they're gonna try to reset the world in their image after they've both had been completed back in the Phyrexian sets.
Ah, okay.
So he's a bit of a lore implication, a bit of a controversial character because people are like, I want more grit in my Magic the Gathering, less fun little cartoony guys with little cute little teeth. I like this guy a lot. So
Very cool. Very cool.
we've got this Caustic Bronco here. We get the Journey to Nowhere, part of that reprint set that I was talking about.
Right.
This is like kind of like the Enchanting Tales. So you're gonna see a lot of these in new arts.
Gotcha.
And the foils for these look
I
incredible.
like the style of that art, though. Actually,
They're like almost black and white,
Like a
but like
wanted poster
stylized.
almost,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So you'll see. We'll hopefully get one in the set, but there are wanted styled posters.
Oh, there are one beyond that. Okay.
These are the new basic lands for this set. They went again with
Nice.
the nice full arts. I wish they would just get rid of basic lands entirely and just only do full arts. That's
Yeah.
a controversial take to some people, but why fill the packs with dead cards?
Exactly.
And these look great.
And that's rather nice.
And then we got some uncommons. Nothing crazy in these so far. We got the Holy Cow.
Holy cow. What's that one do?
So this is a white and 2 creature Ox Angel.
An ox angel.
Ox Angel.
Nice.
It's a common. It's a 2/2.
Yeah.
It's got flash and flying, and when it enters the battlefield, I gain 2 life and I scry 1.
Oh, okay. The name made so much more sense.
Such a holy cow. Oasis Gardener. The Cactarantula.
Yeah.
It's a cactus spider.
Okay.
Fun little looking guy.
Ah,
And then we've got the Peerless Ripple Master. Not bad for our first pack.
no, not bad at all.
Got the hopefully new Magic mascot. Stem the haters. We love them. We love loot. And then let's go on to the next pack.
Okay.
So we got the treasure token here. Got the Void Slime in that from the vault looking extra
Yeah.
bit. Crackle with Power. This is one of the mythics in that slot. This is a very common commander finisher card.
Mhm.
Just because it's multiplicative. So it says it deals 5 times X damage.
Yeah.
And it's got a triple X spell in the top corner. So
Okay.
it gets you spend a lot of mana, but it can really kill people.
Yeah, you definitely feel like this is a mashup of sets, just because the art styles are grouped together. pretty
Yeah.
much, aren't they?
We Ride at Dawn. I love
Yeah.
this art. It's like from the like under the feet of the camera. So like it's a fun little perspective. We got the One Last Job. A cool, the Unrepentant.
Unrepentant?
No.
No.
I'm gonna say decisive denial to that. We got a Tyrant Scorn.
Oh, okay. I like
This
that.
looks awesome.
One. Yeah.
The Forest.
Forest is very nice.
We got a Magebane Lizard.
Okay.
Looks like my old lizards I had when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Modok and Malachi. The Beast Bond Outcaster. We got Crom, the Violent Cacophony.
Okay.
These originally were commanders that were the original partner set. They did a few of them in the last set, and they did a few more in this set. They they're not reprinted, they're reimaginings of them.
Oh, okay. So it's not just a straight up
Yeah.
print of art and ability.
Yeah, it's a completely different card now, but it's the same character, which is kind of cool. It's the first time they've come
Okay,
back.
So what kind of evolving?
We got the Conduit Pylons, the Reckless Lackey,
Yeah.
Steer Clear,
Okay.
and Take the Fall.
Okay. So nothing crazy yet that we found. So
Nothing nuts yet.
Nothing.
We got loot.
Yeah, but Nick should down the comments below when you talk about which card's your favorite, or if for those that want extra credit for their homework, pick out the artwork that's probably taken from somewhere else. Because that's always a fun thing right now, right?
Oh yeah, the Trouble in Paris. Did you see the controversy with that, Kevin?
I did.
That was that artist stole 3 different pieces onto the same Magic card.
And
Kinda-
they're worried about what other art possibly from that person. too.
yeah, it's not a nice thing to see.
No, no, it's not, because our artists deserve to be respected.
100%.
Yeah.
We got another round. Outlaws Merriment.
Yeah.
This card was awesome back in my standard back in the day. I say back in the day, but that was 2018.
Yeah. You go way back there.
Yeah,
Just
really,
way back.
really far back. The Smoldering Stagecoach. We got a Calamity, Galloping Inferno.
Okay, I kind of like that one.
It's like a Hell Rider.
Yeah, it's almost like an old Ghost Rider sort of thing from Marvel Comics.
This is one of those cards that Max sneaked into his set review. Ryan was not expecting it.
Yeah.
So he'll be probably looking to pick this one up himself.
Yeah. Now, is there something special about that card?
Max really likes Breeches, the pirate.
Oh,
He's
okay.
had a few different cards now.
Oh, Max.
He just really likes Breeches. This guy's got a coin flip mechanic to him.
Okay.
So it's whenever you cast your second spell, each turn you may sacrifice an artifact.
Yeah.
If you do, flip a coin. When you win the flip, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. And when you lose the flip, Breeches, the Blast Master, deals damage equal to the spell's mana value to any target. So generally with coin flip spells, there's a downside. There's
Yeah.
no downside on this coin flip spell. It just does something else. So, yeah,
Pure chaos.
random.
Yeah.
We got a hypothesizel.
Oh, this is okay.
An essence capture.
All right.
New swamp. I like this wave of lands because they have like the original mana symbols
Yeah.
hidden within the art. Looks really good.
So far, I like the planes the best.
The planes,
Of the three we've
the
seen so
planes. I looked at them online. Looks great.
Yeah.
There's the cunning coyote. Hopefully we can find the roadrunner later too,
Yes.
because they are both in the set. They did a little mashup and in callback to some childhood cartoons.
Nice.
So
But does he have access to Acme weapons? And
no
products?
Acme, but
The original Amazon, folks. Go back on your cartoons there.
we got the ranch, the prickly pear,
Yeah.
the lonely arroyo,
Yeah.
an ankle biter,
Okay.
and a discerning peddler. On to the next.
Now, when they do sets of that sort, they give it pretty even for the idea of the different types of mana, or is there some sets that are really focused on a certain mana type?
You mean color?
Yeah.
They generally do a really good spread.
Yeah.
Unlike in like another card game like Flesh and Blood, where they would make one set catered around one type of hero or one type of mechanic.
Yeah, like the Rangers or the Ninjas.
Exactly. Nothing like that really happens.
Mhm.
Generally they'll like build to like what would be known as like draft archetypes, because these sets are meant to be drafted. Which is always a good fun. Limited experiences are fun. Great way for people to get into the game.
Yeah.
We are hosting one also in, what day is it today? Wednesday, which means we have one on Friday. We have our pre-release. So if you're in the area, come down to Mecha Games. Come do a pre-release. Have fun.
Yeah. and
Learn the
it's all
game.
on the website there too. Okay.
Oh, this looks sweet.
Some of the tokens are my favorites, honestly. I really enjoy the token set.
This pig looks sweet.
looks really I agree.
Got the key to the vault. We got the dust bowl. Interesting. The Dune Chanter. Gives a little bit of a desert tribal card. He's in the new commander decks. The Ornery Tumblewag. Little brushwag guy. He looks kind of cute. Whoa. Final Showdown. This is one of the higher anticipated cards of the set.
Okay.
This card is built around the new mechanic Spree.
Now, what does Spree do?
So Spree is kind of like Kicker, like everything in Magic. It's either Kicker or Flying,
Yeah.
or Horsemanship rather. You can see in the corner here,
Yeah.
there's this little plus sign by the mana symbol.
Right.
So what that means is it lets you choose additional costs, which is what Spree means. So this one's an instant white called Final Showdown.
Okay.
And that's Spree. So you get to choose one or more additional costs. So you can cast the spell itself for white.
Mhm.
It won't do anything though. You have to pay for your additional costs and what it actually does. So say I pay white and 1. I have the option of making the spell also have all creatures lose all abilities until end of turn.
Mm.
Another one they have options for is another singular white generic mana. You choose a creature you control. It gains indestructible until end of turn. And then there's this is one of the ones that has a a bit of a steeper cost as well, because most of them are kind of like low costed because they're modal.
Right.
This one has an additional one, which is 3 generic and 2 white to destroy all creatures.
Wow. Okay.
Instant speed board wipes are uncommon, very uncommon, one usually would say. Most of them take place at sorcery speed. So being able to do them during your opponent's end step or during your opponent's turn makes a big difference, because it means that the board's cleared for your turn.
Right. And they don't have a chance to really retaliate and add more things to their...
Exactly, because especially if you do it in the end step where they
Right.
have no priority, unless they have an instant that would bring them all back.
Right.
So this is one of the more anticipated cards. Max and Ryan did a little bit of a deep dive on it, so if you haven't checked that video, I'll link it in the description so you guys can watch that one after.
Perfect, yeah. That'd be great.
But that's a great one that you guys should watch as well. Ryan and Max are both avid players, and they know what they're talking about.
So will that card be one of the ones that are, because it'll be more softer, that'll be one of the higher priced cards than in this set?
My prediction is it's going to start up a little bit low, but then, like everything, it will spike in time.
So once people realize the effect, the meta will change.
Because this card is a really cool build around. People are theorizing a bunch right now with it, but it hasn't obviously landed any archetypes yet because we haven't had time to play the card yet.
Fair enough.
We've got some Hindering Light again. Back for more. The Forest. This one looks really good.
No, the Forest is nice. I like that.
The Prosperity Tycoon. Unscrupulous Contractor.
Unscrupulous?
Unscrupulous. Like delicious. Scrumptious?
Scrumptious.
Yeah, like scrumptious. No, I know what I'm talking about. Visage Bandit. I would never lie. I'm not a commander player. Hard Bristle Bandit.
Wow. We like our commander plays. Even the ones that play Rude Commander, we enjoy you immensely.
You mean CEDH. Rude Commander. Get the Slick Shot Vault Buster. Bristleback Sentry. And a Stop Cold. For our commons and uncommons. Almost halfway.
So are there any like mythics and that kind of thing? Like or signature cards or limited like runs of things? In this set? Like we had the ones that were serialized cards in the last set. Is there anything like
to my knowledge, there's no serialized in this set.
Gotcha.
To my knowledge. I've been mistaken about things before, but I'm pretty sure there's not in this set.
Oh,
I'm not sure what makes a dinosaur in this set, not gonna lie. But I'm intrigued to find out, because this token looks sweet.
That was a dinosaur. That was a great 80s cartoon, actually. Was it Cadillacs? I can't remember the full name of the thing.
Couldn't tell you. I wasn't alive yet. We got a siphon inside. I'm gonna lose my job here, guys. We got a skull crack for those burn players. Got a brand new art. Haven't had one in a long time. So we got the Grey Waters Fixer. Each outlaw card in your graveyard has Encore X, where X is its mana value. Interesting. We got an Assimilation Aegis. Bit of hype around this card. They didn't touch on it in their set review, but there is some hype around this being played currently in things like Hammer Time.
Okay.
For Modern, because they play a lot of effects that let them flash in artifacts. Flash being lets them cast them at instant speed. This is like a instant speed removal for a deck that doesn't have that right now.
Oh.
And the thing that stops them from winning is creatures on the board. So the fix for that.
But now we have simply getting rid of all the creatures too.
Exactly.
Or another way, I'm sure there's others too.
We got the Key to the Vault again.
Okay.
Fierce Retribution. These foils look incredible. Like,
Yeah,
here,
that's
Kevin,
very nice.
look at that.
That is nice. I also like the art on this one. Who's this? This is Magnus Jensen. Nice.
They look great. Another Decisive Denial. We got another one of those fun mountains that have the hidden
like
mana
it's like
symbol.
etched the way they did the artwork for it.
Yeah,
Like an etched prints already.
Yeah, the foiling is like all over the card, but it also shows through the prosperity on the top here, like the prosperity post. It looks really interesting. These looks better in person than on camera. I'm telling you, I promise.
Nice.
The Fun Mountain. We've seen almost all of them now. We have to see still the island.
Yeah,
Just the island.
Water, that's it.
Plan the heist. The Thunder Lasso, like that DC superhero. You know,
Which DC superhero?
the Lasso of Truth.
Lasso.
Wonder
Wonder
Woman?
Woman. Okay, the lasso. Okay, I was trying to think of who has lightning. I think. Okay, so
It's close.
it's Black Lightning, maybe. Or so Wonder Woman. Okay.
Trash the town.
Trash.
We got a Festering Gulch. It's a new land cycle with a desert land type. And enters the battlefield tapped, and when it enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to a target opponent. It's not bad. Could see playing some popper things. Interesting. Got the Dead-Eye Duelist. The Vengeful Townfolk. And a Vault Plunderer.
Now, with the art, like, I know that you collect a lot of times like your favorite artists and get prints in a larger size of this. So, are most Magic artists now are they still traditional artists? And when I say traditional, I mean the idea that they use physical mediums, or are most people doing digitally now their art?
I'd say it's a mix.
Yeah.
Like in general, the art world has moved to mostly digital.
Right.
Which sometimes is kind of lame. I like seeing the new, like, I like seeing original art, like, that was hand painted,
In different
obviously.
mediums, yeah.
Like, if we had more of that, we wouldn't have the issue like we had
Right.
with that last art where it was 3 stolen art pieces just
Exactly.
mashed together onto one card.
Right.
So like I'd say in general, I'd say no, it's mostly digital now.
Okay.
But we also just had a secret layer drop this last Monday. I'll throw an image up on the screen in a second here for everybody in post. But it has the first photographs on a Magic card.
Interesting. Okay.
So Secret Lair is like obviously Magic the Gathering's boutique brand.
Yeah.
They do limited runs of special arts of cards.
Right. They're like really mini sets, like 4 or 5 cards and that sort of
4 or 5 cards, and you pay top dollar for them. But it's all done by special artists. In this one, they did a bunch of what are they called? I'm blanking on the term. Where you like set up a scene and a diorama.
The diorama.
They set up a bunch of dioramas, and they did some fun trailers. It's on their Twitter. Magic the Gathering's Twitter. If you have time,
Yeah, we'll put a
check
link
them out
in it here as well.
I'll pop up on the screen as well. They look great.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, it was the first photographs ever in a Magic card.
Oh, really neat.
Human Cleric and a Treasure. Got a Spire Bluff Canal. These are big reprints. So this is a reprint. Last time it was reprinted was in Kaladesh. Technically it was in Doctor Who, but in like a standard legal set like this one is, it was Kaladesh. This is a fast land. We had half the cycle that was originally printed. We had half the cycle, so we had half of the different color combinations had these dual colored lands that come in untapped. The other half didn't have it, so they had worse mana bases. So now we're gonna have all 10 in standard again, which means the mana is gonna get stronger, which means standard's gonna get stronger. Which is super cool. I personally like standard a lot, so I'm happy to see these coming out again.
Nice. And I like the full art too. So that looks pretty nice.
I just a little sneak peek ahead, and geez, this is a good pack. We got a Spire Bluff, so we got the Spire Bluff Canal.
Okay.
Followed by a Leyline Binding. This is one of the better reprints in that like Enchanting Tale styled set of cards.
Right.
Leyline Binding having its first print in Dominaria United. This is its first reprint. It looks incredible. It's like a cowboy tied up on a railroad.
Yeah, it has that same sepia type tones to it.
Yeah.
Like the old timey photographs or etchings.
And it looks great.
That looks really good.
Then we've got an Olivia Opulent Outlaw. This is another first time. Magic did a lot of fun things for this set. This is the first time they've ever printed full art commanders for the face commanders that are in the commander decks, if you guys know what I mean. So like how there's like the Olivia deck, there's the Desert Lands deck, there's the Sultai deck, and there's also the last one, the Quick Draw deck.
These are the 4 commander decks that are coming out this weekend, right?
That's correct.
Gotcha.
So Olivia is one of the face commanders for that box.
Right.
And this is the first time they've ever done like a full art treatment for the commanders that you can only get in collector boosters.
Okay. Are they doing it for each of the face cards and for
All of
each
them have one, yeah. So there's Olivia, there's Stella Lee, there's oh boy, I don't remember the names of the last two. I'm sorry, but I was super hyped for the Stella Lee card. I told them to do a little preamble for it for their set review that they did.
Right.
But yeah, these look great.
So they're going to be sought after, especially people who are going to be basing their commander decks around those decks
Yeah,
themselves.
if you generally, if anything,
you're going to bling it out.
If anything's going to be foiled out and blinged out, it's the commander.
Oh yeah,
because it's always accessible to you.
It's always exactly.
We got another round. Oh, we got a colossal rattle worm. This thing is overstated, to say the least. This thing is a limited bomb.
Okay.
It's green too. That's a worm that has flash as long as you control a desert.
Yeah.
Flash meaning you can cast it instant speed.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 6/5 with trample. Generally on 4 mana, you expect to see like a 4/4 or a 3/3.
Right. Yeah.
This is much higher. And it also has the ability of green and 1 to exile him from your graveyard to search your library for a desert card and put it on the battlefield tapped. So even after he's served his purpose and somehow he's died on your board,
right,
you can just remove him from your graveyard and ramp yourself. This card is nuts.
Well, and that's what people have been saying too. I'm sure, like when people watched the preview video in that for this set, there's a lot of cards that people are concerned about the amping up of power.
Yeah, this is this is a really good card. I might be buying this card. We got a repulse, but yeah, I'd say in general the power level has been going up.
Yeah.
Something that's a bad thing. I don't think it's that bad. I like when my games are played filled with powerful cards. That's why I like Rude Commander.
Right.
So.
Now, is there much space to go bigger in that, and how does it affect people that wants to play with some of their other cards, like some of the formats?
So Magic's done a good job at not power creeping things to the point where we go into like apocalypse mode.
Right.
I'm gonna call back once again to another card game. Flesh and Blood kind of went this way.
Right.
They started printing cards that were way too powerful at the beginning of the game life.
Yeah.
And they got to the point where they're like, we can't print cards that are better than this. We can't print cards that are even close to as good as this. So why would they ever buy these new cards that were coming out?
Yeah.
So then they tried toning the sets back, but then the sales went down. So then the cards stopped being seen as valuable, and they're struggling to say the least. I love the game, but
oh yeah, I love all the games that I'm happy finding games that people enjoy and I enjoy.
Yeah.
But when you talk about something as venerable as Magic, it's been around much older than you are, Justin. You keep on reminding me. The whole thing.
Hey, you brought it up this time, not me. So.
No, but we're talking about thousands and thousands of cards.
Yeah.
Over decades and that, and just the idea of having this. Like I know there's most formats you have of cycling out of the product.
Yeah.
But it's just trying to one up and keep up with the Joneses sort of feel for the things. It's a hard thing to do, and you have to respect the game designers a lot for that.
Yeah. They do a really good job at not letting it get out of hand.
Yeah, exactly.
So I haven't found, like, the last time we had a big issue was back in my standard of the good old 2018 with the first time we were at Eldraine.
Yeah.
That was a nightmare standard. They banned 3 cards in the span of 2 weeks.
After they just came out?
After the standard came out, yeah.
Wow.
They got to the point that was like the right before COVID. Like COVID was around the corner.
Right.
And then that's when peak power Magic existed, and they ended up having to tone it back during COVID. And I think they've brought it back to the point where it's safe again, and we're able to print fun Magic cards again.
Good. Okay. Well, live and learn, I guess. Right.
Got the planes again. Metamorphic Blast. This guy's absolutely blasting a bunny. Got the Bounding Felidar. The Shackle Slinger. An Outlaw's Fury. A Lush Oasis, same with that part of that desert cycle that I was talking about earlier.
Yep.
The Wanted Griffin. And a Boneyard Desecrator.
Nice. One thing I always wonder, because like I know they did back a few weeks ago, they did the Ravenica books for compatibility for Dungeons and Dragons.
Yep.
For that sort of thing. Because these things have such a strong storyline, gee, it's a shame that they don't continue doing it that way because they already have the art and they have an idea of what the characters are about. And
Yeah.
translating it forward now, just to have these almost like there's a game in that. It's still being reprinted and going forward. A Palladium, a gaming company, did an RPG called Rifts, which was basically a spawn
Okay.
of a bunch of different worlds, like Elseworlds and things like that.
Yeah.
But that's basically the feel you get with these Magic sets. You think it'd be really conducive towards developing some alternate games that support.
Alternate
Hasbro
gaming.
owns both D&D and Magic.
They do.
Yeah.
Even I'm surprised that they don't have like other alternate medias. Whether it be like obviously they still do comic books every now and then, but those
Yeah.
are still so hard to find and they're very rare. They were supposed to do a TV show with Netflix that got canceled.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm surprised like there's not more media. The game is huge and Hasbro is a very big company.
With multimedia and everything as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, you wonder why they don't capitalize on the IP more.
Yeah, I'm hoping
There must
that they
be a
can.
reason that we just don't.
Yep. We got the Bruised Tarl. He's one of those fun partner commandos I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
They got reimagined. He's got an ox. He's riding on an ox.
Yeah.
He gives oxes double strike. Sweet. We got Decimate. Good commander card. The Rumbleweed. Oh boy, green and 10. The spell costs 1 less for each land card in your graveyard. With
Yeah.
Vigilance, Reach, and Trample. Enters the battlefield, other creatures you control get +3/+3 and gain Trample until end of turn. It's a critter hoof behemoth at home.
Behemoth Tumbleweeds. Okay, there you
Okay, so remember I was talking about the wanted posters?
go. This is our first one.
This is our first one. This is Malcolm. Malcolm the Eyes.
Yeah.
Everybody who was in Oko's crew
Mm-hmm.
inside of the story has a fun wanted poster art.
Okay.
I want to get a foil of one of them just so I can show them to the camera because they look incredible. They were all over my Twitter the other day.
And how are these wanted posters used in the game?
This is just a normal card that's in the set. It's just a fun art that they did for it.
Okay.
So there's another alternate version of Malcolm the Eyes that will be in the set. We haven't pulled one yet, but this is just a special treatment that they got.
And you said there's a set of 5 of them. That's
It's all part of Oko's crew, so I think there's like 7 or 8 of them.
Oh, 7 or 8 in the game. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Simulacrum Synthesizer. This is one of the cards that Max and Ryan talked about inside of their set review. Cool to see possibly in some Affinity styled shells, whether it be Legacy, Modern, Pauper.
Okay.
Well, not Pauper because it's the Mythic, but
Yeah.
we got a back for more. This looks
That's nice.
This looks really good. And we got Buried in the Garden. An island. This is the one that we're missing. Got the hidden mana symbol right there.
Yeah, I can see it. Oh no, that might take my first place actually. I kind of
This one looks really good.
Yeah.
Got the Requisition Raid. Another one of the cards that they talked about in their set review. This is a very highly anticipated uncommon. Just because it's modal for destroying artifacts and enchantments.
Right.
And that's strong in standard right now. We got a Shepherd of the Clouds, Pegasus, Scale Storm Summoner. We got the Rodeo Pyromancers,
Mm-hmm.
Razzle Dazzler. Love this art. The Mirage Mesa. Mesa, depends on how you want to say it. Or a Desperate Bloodseeker.
Very cool.
And that was the halfway point.
All right. Grab some more of the cards for that. So, is there a certain color that you're playing right now in your decks, then, Justice?
So in standard, I play green across the board. I just realized actually. Standard, I play Teamer lands.
Yeah.
Teamer being red, blue, and green.
Yeah.
So I like a lot of land recursion stuff.
Nice.
We haven't seen it yet, this set is the bane of my existence. The strongest deck in Standard right now is Esper, and they've printed like 4 or 5 great Esper cards that mess up my deck. So I'm a little upset, but this set's cool, so whatever.
There you go.
Oh, that's cool. They did the reprints. They did a reprint of a token. It shows like that's the reprint set.
Yeah.
This is the token that Oko makes back
Okay,
in
that's
from
a
Throne of
cool
Eldraine. This is super cool. I didn't know they had that in the set. We got a Commandeer. This is a really good, strong card for Yuriko. It's also played a lot in Rhinos. This is its first reprint since Cold Snap. Yeah, Cold Snap. Which is, I don't want to bring it up again.
I like the look of it. That's like that old school feel to it.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Then we got an Oko Thief of Crowns. That's
Yeah.
the, hey, look at that. We got the token in the same pack.
Nice.
That's awesome. This is a really popular card. This is one of the cards that I was talking about earlier that got banned in 2 weeks.
Okay.
This card's broken, right down the middle. So it's only really legal now in Vintage and in Commander. So if you love this card, get it for your Commander deck.
There you go.
Embrace the Unknown. We got an Obeka, Splitter of Seconds. Smuggler's Surprise. I'm going to be picking this one up for myself, not going to lie, because this is one of the cards that they talked about inside of the set review with Ryan and Max. This one lets you mill cards and return lands, which, as I just talked about, I like a lot.
Yeah.
And also lets you put big creatures from your hand into play. This card looks awesome. It's like a Trojan horse. Humiliate. This guy is getting humiliated. Look at him. He's getting dunked. He's getting a swirly. We have the Thornado. He looks sweet. We got the Mountain.
Yeah.
Once again. A Hellspur Brute. We got the Deep Muck Desperado. We got Take for a Ride. A Scoured Springs, part of that desert cycle once again. We got a Consuming Ashes. A Spring Splasher. Spring Splasher. And an Inventive Wingsmith.
Neat. Okay.
So when are you yourself, Kevin, gonna take a dive into the Magic the Gathering world?
So I used to play Magic, that sort of thing. The whole thing about Magic for me, it's like, or any of the card games, to be honest, is I don't have the patience right now to build decks.
That's fair.
That's the whole thing about it, and that's one thing that I really respect the skill and everything that goes on with that. But even like with the other things we play, that's why I like Unmatched, which is like a card game / miniature game.
Yeah.
It's set decks for it. That's what like sort of scratches my itch. I don't even like building lists for my miniature armies. I like playing them. I love the concept. I can do it. It's just by the end of the day, I just don't have the mental capacity to want to keep on going that way. But if I was going to play something like that, I'm probably I like green. Green is neat. I'm not definitely not a blue player.
I like blue a lot.
Blue is awesome, but it's definitely one of those nuances, trickstery type things going
Yeah,
on.
you want to just you're like a Timmy. You like the big fun creatures and the big. You like the fun parts of the aspect
I'd probably
of the game.
be like black and red and that sort of thing. So destruction and just I like hoardy, undeady type feel stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. We've got a Pariah here.
Nice.
Aerith, Roar of the Storm. That looks sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Got a Hellspur Posse Boss.
Awesome. Yeah.
We got a Karavik the Punisher.
Mm-hmm. You need to start another pile there, bud.
Yeah, this one doesn't want to stay up. Stay. Heartless Pillage. Terminal Agony. Another fun island. We got the Getaway Glamour, a Raucous Entertainer, a Rattleback Apothecary,
Yeah.
Eroded Canyon, Sterling Supplier, oh, sorry, a Sterling Keykeeper,
Okay.
and I'm not going to try that word, Erasable Wolverine. Look at that guy.
Wolverines are nasty little guys.
He looks friendly.
Yeah.
I'd let him pet him. I'd pet him. No.
So modern sets magic, do you think they cater towards any particular style of magic, or they really try to keep it balanced between the different styles that people play?
I think it's a super juggling act that they have to do all the time.
Yeah. Do
Isn't
you think
it?
they do well in juggling, or are they dropping that proverbial ball?
I think they do quite well. Sometimes, they talk about I talk a lot about this with my friend group. We talk about it a lot with a lot of the patrons here as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have to ban cards because they become difficult to balance in the future for future card designs.
Gotcha.
Not because the card's too strong, but because it makes it impossible to make new fun cards without thinking, oh wait, that card that we printed 4 years ago, crap, we can't do that now.
Right. So it's the synergies of that.
Yeah, so I think that they do a really good job at juggling, but eventually, sometimes, like how we talked about earlier, with us increasing power on cards,
Yeah.
they're gonna hit a point eventually where things will either get banned, or we have to pivot a little bit, and start moving away from certain archetypes to make sure that that doesn't blow out of too fast. And I think that they do a good job at making sure that they don't overcommit to something to the point where an archetype becomes the best archetype.
Got it. Good.
Oh, this bat token looks sweet.
That looks nice too. Very neat.
We got another Colossal Rattleworm,
Yeah.
our overstated good friend here.
Now someone else can buy one too.
Ooh, an Archive Trap for those mill players. I hate you, but this card is awesome. He's like leaking water at his face. We got an Angel of Indemnity, Harvester of Misery.
Mm-hmm.
They talked about this in the set review in reference to being played in Living End and Modern,
Mm-hmm.
which our good friend Cam, who helped us build this place, has been playing recently, so he'll probably be looking at this one.
Good.
Ooh. We got Annie Flash, the veteran, with Flash. That's fitting. Savage Smash, Journey to Nowhere, a Swamp, Neutralize the Guards. We got a Stubborn Burrow Fiend. It's a Badger, Beast Mount. He's really cute. You can see he's got little chompers there. He's got a fun little tail thing. He looks awesome.
Very cool.
We got an Intimidation campaign. Yeah. Raven of the Fellow. Come on, look at that word.
Let me see it. It's creosote heath.
Creosote?
Creosote.
That's not a real word.
Yes, it is.
What's it mean, Kevin?
Creosote. Actually, give me a moment. Creosote is a real word. Creosote is, I think that is a genus of some sort of plant. I will look that up while you go through the rest of those cards there.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's a genus of like a plant form. Let me
Got a Raven of the Fell Omens. He's got the fun like commit a crime mechanic, which is a new one that has popped up for this set. Committing a crime is when you target your opponent's anything they control and or cards in their graveyard is a crime. So some cards will say, like this one here, whenever you commit a crime, each one loses a life and you gain a life. So it's like a Blood Artist style defect, but cares about committing crimes. In Magic, of course, not in real life.
So creosote's that. So no, it's a dark brown oil distilled from coal tar.
Okay.
And uses a wood preservative. So it's creosote is like ancient plants that are made like preserved into an oil and that sort of thing.
Interesting.
So there we go. Magic's not only fun but educational, folks. There we go. So creosoles are some of the phenols, creosoles, and other organic compounds that are in there. So it is plant-based material. So I did get that part right. Let's not give us a plant.
This is our second last pack here.
Second last pack.
Second last pack.
All right. Well, it's hard because the other ones when we did the last pack opening and that, it was exciting because we knew that there were certain ones we wanted to hit. Like I wanted the bobbleheads, for example.
Yeah.
And that sort of thing. And we knew that there were some like top cards we were trying to aim.
This set is full of like good cards.
But there's nothing that goes, wow, I found that card.
Yeah. This token.
Yeah.
We got a Mind Slaver in foil. Looks great. We got an Archmage's Charm. It's a classic card. A lot of those boomer Magic players love this one.
Yeah.
Cataclysmic Prospecting.
And check in the comments below where you can see your resumes to Mega Games. We'll be hiring real soon.
You got Rakdos joins up. Bruce Tarl once again. We got a Ride Down. We got a Mudda. Champion of Justice, just iced. Killer on the loose. Island. We got Form a Posse.
Okay.
Honest Rustine.
Yeah.
This was the key image art for when they first did the spoilers for this set. 5 or 6 months ago. This was the first art that they showed for the set.
Nice.
Looks sweet. We got the Roadrunner!
We
Yeah!
We
got the Roadrunner! Look, he's got haste and protection from coyotes.
Can you both in the same deck is the question.
They're both red.
There you go.
I kind of want to dig back. We're going to get him. We're going to get him. There he is.
There we go.
We're going back. So we're going to just put them both up because these guys are sweet. Other way around. Look,
That's
their art lines up. The tail connects.
That's always something I always wondered too, the Magic thing. Like, are some of these larger portraits that just take sections of it for different cards?
Yeah, so sometimes they commission artists to do it like that, or sometimes it's just 2 separate commissions and the artist kind of just has the free reign to do it.
Nice.
This is really cool that they did this in this set. This was one of my childhood cartoons.
Well, technically it was from the 50s.
It was. But I would always go to the cottage every summer,
Yeah,
and we would always watch
always
Teletoon Retro was like the channel we had,
Nice.
and so I watched a lot of Roadrunner.
Very cool.
Yeah, so we got the coyote himself, who when he enters the battlefield, another creature gets haste, and he has the new plot mechanic because that coyote is always plotting. Plot mechanic, the way it works is you pay the cost here. Generally, the cost is the same as their mana cost on the top.
Okay.
And then you get to put it up. You exile them, and you can cast them later on as a sorcery, without paying the mana cost. So you pay mana up front to be able to get the card later.
Nice. Okay.
And then so he gives another target creature haste, and then the Roadrunner himself has haste and has protection from coyotes. And he's got for 3 generic mana, he can't be blocked this turn except by creatures with haste. So they do the thing. They're doing the
cartoon.
They're doing the cartoon.
I like it. That's
it's
cool.
fun. We got a Nezumi Link Breaker. Looks awesome. We got a new set coming out soon. Ish. A couple months. 2 months. Which is like a cutesy set. We got a lot of different like otters and rats and like squirrels and stuff coming out.
It's like the Roots board game and that sort of thing.
Kind of like Root. Yeah, that game's awesome. I've played so much Root. Free Strider Commando. We got a Drover Grizzly.
Nice.
A Mystical Tether. And that's the last thing from that pack. We have a singular pack.
There we go. Yeah, this one screams out to me like a monster manual bestiary to make like this kind of fantasy old west sort of background for your
Yeah.
EV campaign. You definitely have the creatures there.
This was a very messy tackle thing. That was just gonna put that over
It's
there.
like a landing there.
That was bad. Got a treasure.
There we go.
And the human warrior on the backside.
Okay.
We got pest control. This is one of the very highly anticipated removal spells that I was talking about in Esper.
Right.
But also very good in standard, very good in modern. This card is a bit crazy. It's 2 mana, destroy all non-land permanents with mana value 1 or less. For all those different token decks and aggro decks that really go wide as opposed to going tall.
Right.
It's a big removal, and then worst case, it has a keyword, and this is kind of what pushes the card over the top, because like that effect alone is not great. It has cycling too, which means you can pay 2 mana and just kind of get rid of it and draw a card instead.
Oh.
So if it's dead in your matchup, you can just draw a card instead. Card's really good. Max is upset about this because he plays Boros aggro in standard.
Okay.
And this is gonna make it so his life's a lot harder.
Because this could just wipe out his.
It wipes his whole board.
Yeah.
Like there's not a creature in the deck aside from Knight Errant Devios that is more than 1 CMC. Like the deck is gonna get wiped by this. We got a Primal Might, an Angelic Sellsword.
How many cards are in this set?
I don't know the number off the top of my head.
No.
I will throw it up.
It's one of the larger ones.
This set's huge. I'll throw it up right now.
Yeah.
On the screen, showing how many cards are inside of the normal set, inside of the expansion set, inside of all of them.
Perfect.
This set is
It's a big
huge.
set. Okay.
So I'll just put those up on the screen for a few more seconds. Yeah.
There's not many people that collect complete sets, though, right?
Not really. No.
No.
I'd say the people that the collectors more come out for like the Universes Beyond sets,
Right.
like Lord of the Rings or
Doctor Who.
and like that's when the collectors will come out.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We got a double down.
Mm-hmm.
Where we cast an outlaw spell, copy the spell. We got a Bristlebud Farmer. This guy's ripped.
Nice.
Got a clear shot. Fling. Swamp. What are you doing in my swamp? We got a full steam ahead. A Ruthless Lawbringer. A Shifting Grift. Taking up the shield.
Okay.
Mine Raider. Desert's Dew. And for our very last card for this opening, we have the Spine Woods Paladin. A guy riding a moose.
Moose or a big elk, one or the other. Yeah, that's a nice. Again, it has a really good flavor to it. Very cool. Well, I like the set. It looks pretty neat. The whole thing I'm trying to figure out for this one here is, like, did you see many cards that you can see incorporated into your deck then right now then? Like you saw.
Me personally?
Yeah.
Nothing crazy for my decks aside from that one that I talked about earlier. The Worm, I'm gonna try.
Okay.
I'm not sure if he's gonna have a spot in the deck I play currently.
Yeah.
But I can see him being played in like the mono green stompy lists that are played in Pioneer sometimes, or sometimes played maybe in like a standard deck, inside of like Golgari shells, because like Golgari midrange just wants to play a high density of very good cards, and that one's pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah,
it's weird because like the other ones, and I obviously I don't know. I know enough about Magic because I own a store that sells Magic, so I really try to understand that so I can talk to you guys.
Yeah.
By no means on your level, but you guys are very patient with me, especially you're good to your elders apparently. But the whole thing is there was nothing in this one that go, wow, that is awesome. Like there's no big pillar card in this.
Yeah,
set.
nothing crazy. And honestly, I would rather more sets have a consistent good backing to them as opposed to trying to chase that one super card.
Yeah.
'Cause if you it gets expensive for consumers when you're doing it that way.
Exactly. Like that's the way, because like I do the binders for like the Pokemon art and that sort of thing.
Pokemon's notorious for that, where they have like
where
the
you have
one
or
hit.
two big ones, like a Charizard or something that's like $100 plus card.
Yeah.
And everything else is more reasonable for that one hit.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I like I wish more sets would follow the direction of Outlaws itself, and make it so that you have just good cards across the board,
Right.
as opposed to having to chase that one good card.
Well, I hope like with a pre-release now that people get cards they like and that sort of thing makes them think more.
Yeah.
But there's some nice art in this one, so hopefully
Yeah.
people enjoy it. And I'm sure you and the guys in that will come into more of the tech sort of things.
Yeah.
And give us the results for our pre-release this weekend.
Yeah, whether it be pre-release or we do have our first modern RCQ, or not RCQ, apologies, our first modern 1K actually being held this Sunday. So we just started a 1K series, where every few weeks we run a big event where we give out $1,000 in store credit.
Yeah.
Assuming we have enough people to make that entrance costs.
Yeah.
And that's where we're gonna see the usage of more of these fun cards. Because when new cards come out, that's like the places where people like to try them and test them before they go to like the bigger tournaments, like an RCQ or the face-to-face Montreal tour, which actually I'm going to at the end of the month.
Right. Now, is there any sort of thing? So, like, this is just coming out this weekend. This pre-release weekend for, like, for miniature games. Then there's normally a month moratorium between when you're allowed to use them in a standard tournament. So, right there, is there anything like that a little magic? Or hey, it was brought yesterday. Here's my new deck.
There used to be. They ended up changing that last year around the release of Duel Masters 2022.
Okay.
So there used to be a week relief period where you would have pre-release that would happen on the Friday before.
Gotcha.
True release happening on the following Friday.
Okay.
Where that's when everything became legal inside of sets, legal inside of decks, legal inside of competitive play. What they ended up changing it to was pre-release is release.
So it's the Wild West, which is appropriate for this set.
So we'll have cards opening. People will be opening packs on Friday, assuming they're able to buy our singles that you will have available online at mechagames.ca.
Information will be down in the comments.
Exactly. They'll be able to bring those out to our Sunday 1K, and they'll be fully legal. So.
Well, I hope you folks liked seeing some of the cards here and the info that Jess was able to share with us. I know I learned a lot. And again, I like cards for the art because I love different forms, different artists, what they do. So I think there's a lot here that's going to be pleasing for you guys to find. I hope your pack openings go well.
Yes.
And we'll see you next time here at Mecha Games.
Awesome. Thank you very much, everybody.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.